Hello everyone and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be popping off the press-on nails that I did the other week and get a jump ahead with a daylight savings time design. Here are the nails that I did the other week. As you can see, my index finger press-on has popped off by itself and the remaining is still intact. This is the nail that we had not scuffed the underside and just did a hard gel application. And this is the nail that popped off. So it seems like the hard gel is too smooth for the press-on to stick onto, is what I'm guessing as to why it came off. So now I'm gonna try to remove these press-ons. This nail was no buffing on the underside, a light buffing on the natural nail, and just using the glue. And for the most part, the rest of the four fingers all seem to have the same situation as you see here. I had a little hard time popping this off, and it was mostly because towards the tip, and this has happened since I've been using tips with acrylic for years, but it tends to like stick more close to the tip, and it was a little scary because I haven't, I would use the kiss kits back in high school, and I would glue the tips on, and I would just wait till those suckers came off. I would just nail clip them down. And for what I'm trying to do, I want these suckers off. I'm not too much a fan right now at this moment. But my ring finger was buffing the underside and a light buff on the natural nail and the glue. And this actually stuck on harder than the pinky nail did. So again, the glue had, because we buffed the underside, the glue had some texture to grab onto. So I could have possibly worn these longer, but they just looked horrible anyway. I mean, in my opinion, just because you can't file down the edges smooth because that Aurora color is just a thin layer on top. As we as I was showing on the last video, I buffed the thumbnail and that beautiful design just, or color, just came right off. But on top of that, the nails weren't long enough to cover my nail, so the corners that were sticking out were dented in just by my daily wear and tear. So I wasn't too happy of that. And it's not that my nail was long. I mean, it really, to put these on, you would really have to cut your nails very short, which is not always the best thing to do either. So my ring finger, we did the buffing underside of the nail on the natural nail, and then we did the dehydrator and primer and the glue. And yeah, that was a bit hard to remove as well. And as you can see, I gave up on the ring finger. It's just, it was so stuck to that tip area, and I don't want to put too much damage on my nail, so I'm trying to like gently pop it off as the instructions say, and it just wasn't happening as easy as I thought it would be. So again, my last video, or my video when I was putting them on, I said like I feel more comfortable putting hard gel on my nails or polygel or whatever, or even acrylic, rather than having to put glue, um because it does really just rough up your nail. So at least with like acrylic, polygel, or hard gel, you can file it down to a thin layer and then soak it off or leave it on. The thumbnail just came off. The thumbnail was buffing underside and the natural nail dehydrator primer, and then I did like a soft gel application by putting the hard gel underneath and cured it, and that actually stuck on there very well, but it popped off fairly easy, which is what I liked. So we filed the thumb and the index finger down, and it was fine, and the other three just looks totally scuffed up because they had the glue application and it just was a little harsher to remove. So now I'm just applying dehydrator and primer, and I'm going to lay down a layer of foundation gel, and this is definitely a welcomed thing to do because it's going to give my nail some strength after having to probably rip off a couple of layers from the press-on gels. Here I'm using Sally Hensen's Miracle Gel S-Teal the Show. I'll put a link in the description box below because that's a little funny to say, but it's S-Teal the Show. It's supposed to be Steal the Show, but it's Teal. um, kind of getting into these green colors for March. I'm taking some chrome powder and I'm going to gently wipe this onto my ring finger, and this is after the nail polish has dried, and that's 2 coats. I've been having recording issues because my phone is finally getting filled with all these videos. But next I'm going to apply this chrome powder just at the tip and fade it out towards the base of the nail. And for my index, I'm going to apply a full coverage of this gold hollow glitter. And you want to keep on doing that till there's full coverage. I find my finger to be a better applicator than the makeup applicator. So, yeah. Life does really get a little difficult with longer nails. But now I'm just going to take some gummy jelly and shiny from Couture and put down some of this on my ring finger here. And I have these gear decals that I'm going to just randomly place down on the nail. So this is going to be part of my daylight savings time theme. We're just putting in some clock gears to make it look like things are moving, because we're springing ahead this time of the year, and I don't necessarily enjoy it because I lose my hour of sleep. But I do like it because the days just seem longer, or they are longer. So I'm just taking some pieces and I'm laying it on this lint-free wipe, and then I'm going to use like my baller tool, and I'm just going to shape these decals a little bit because they're kind of stiff at the moment, and I want to kind of shape them up to the curvature of my nail. Now, it won't be perfect. You'll have to find different tools depending on how sharp your C curve is. But yeah, that would be the best way to get these suckers to lay flat on your nail. And I still had some sticking up, but that's okay because I'm going to be applying a top coat to fill in the gaps. So I'm just applying these decals on each of the nails. And giving it a cure after each nail. And now I'm just taking my Gelish top coat, and I applied 2 coats and sometimes 3 depending on whether or not the gears were sticking up. But I wanted to refrain from encapsulating with hard gel because it's not supposed to be that serious. These are short nails, so I just put a generous layer of top coat, and now I'm just going in with my nail cleanser to wipe off the sticky layer. And it's pretty cool because it adds such weird trippy depth to it because these decals are kind of flat, but kind of encapsulated with the top coat. It gives it a weird 3D look. So I'm putting some Gelish cuticle oil and rubbing this in. And we will reveal the final look. So here you have it, my daylight savings time nails. And the gears meant to spring forward. I thought this was a really cool design, and in person, see, like, you can kind of see it now with the light reflecting off of it. They look kind of flat, but it's all encased, so it looks pretty 3D. And here's a close-up of that. Now, as a thank you for reaching 100 subscribers, I wanted to do a giveaway. So in order to participate, you need to be a subscriber. So click that subscribe button and turn on the alarm for next week's video. To enter, you have to leave a comment. So here are the finished nails. And it looks so cool. The way the light reflects off of each gear. But it's all encased in that top coat. Here's a close-up, as you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's a little trippy, but it's so cool. And these are short nails. Like, I could do probably more with longer nails, but this is the surface that I have, and it looks pretty good. You know me, I'm all about the long nails, but these short nails I've been coming up with some pretty decent designs. They're not so bad. So thank you for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.